Hey there everybody, this is Andy aka Montolio, and I am back again for my classic quarter qualifier number 1 round 3 opponent PhillipJFry, and once again I am playing a Young Pyromancer build. However, this one is a little bit different than I played last round with Backguds in that he's got some, it's a very similar build. It's a Gush Bond deck type shell, and it's majority spell based. He's got a little bit more 2 casting cost spells than Backguds did. The Backguds deck was about 90% 1 casting cost spells. Regardless, he's got a Jace the Mind Sculptor, which shouldn't be too impactful here. He's also got a Yogg-Will and a Tendrils of Agony, and a Tutor and Demonic Tutor. And Vampiric Tutor, excuse me. He's running only 3 creatures, so this is a little bit better for me in the Backguds. I think had 6 or 7 creatures. He's predominantly spell-based, so basically what my goal is to get my spheres down. In the sideboard, he's got some pretty good stuff against me. He's got 3 Ingatures, and he's also got 3 Nature's Claims, as well as, so I'm sure he'll be bringing in the Mountain and possibly a couple Lightning Bolts here, but we will see. Regardless, I think we have a good matchup here. I'm not too worried about any land destruction from him. He's not even running a Strip Mine, and he's got some some dead cards in the opening game and a couple Fluster Storms, and so we'll see how this goes. And here's a quick look at my deck. As I said earlier, not a lot of change from the previous match here. Obviously my goal is to get down Sphere of Resistances and Thorn of Amethysts and Lodestone Golems as early as I can. These are going to be excellent, as well as Tangle Wires. In the event that I'm lucky, I can get a Crucible down early with one of Wasteland, or preferably Strip Mine. I should easily be able to lock him out because he's got only 16 lands in his deck, plus a couple petals. I think he's got 3 Lotus Petals. Chalice of the Void is obviously extremely powerful here as well. Set at 1 and 2 is good game for sure. So I think we've got a pretty good matchup here, and let's take it in and see how it goes. Okay, so we have won the die roll here, which is a really good start for us. So let's see how this goes. Yes, we would like to play first. And we got a stinker. That's unfortunate. So we're going to ship that back. And this is, I think, a keepable hand. He is predominantly 1 spell based. He does have the ability to... What we're worried about in the 2 spells is obviously the Young Pyromancer. He's also got the Ancient Grudges here. But I think main deck, we're not worried about too much. And we also have the Tangle Wire to tie him down, so we're going to keep. Would you like to mulligan? No. I mean, we're definitely going to need a little bit of help here. And let's see where we go from here. Not a very good draw, unfortunately. So here's the question. I think we probably do just get a Tangle Wire out here. Try and slow him down. And what we can do next turn is we can actually strip his Polluted Delta. And thus we draw a Lodestone Golem. And that's exactly what we drew, but we couldn't have cast it anyways, so we will... Now here's the thing. I mean, I could Wasteland his Delta here. What my fear is that he's got one of those Ancient Grudges in his hand, which opens me right up. But it's only a 2-of in his deck, and I don't think it's something we can really hide from right now. We could put Revoker down. I think Revoker's the best play here. Revoker basically, we can put it on Lotus Petal, or we can put it on ancient grudge, so he doesn't get the reboot off it. But I think we're going to take, I think if he had a Lotus Petal, we would have seen it. Oh, my apologies. So that's what we're going to do. And we'll lead out with that. And we just got to be hopeful that we get good value out of our tangle wire here. And we can get a lodestone down. And hopefully that will wrap it up. And we need to keep drawing some heat here. Ooh, okay. Well, that greatly changes things. I am absolutely going to be setting a chalice at 2 here. And I would suspect that's going to win the game because he only has a Yawgmoth's Will, a Tendrils of Agony, and a Jace the Mind Sculptor, and some Force of Wills and Gushes here to help him. So I suspect that's not going to be enough, would be my guess. And I mean, he's not far off of a Jace here. And Jace would be good for him, but it still doesn't alleviate his problem of being able to cast any spells. And he's not going to be able to fend me off long enough, I don't think, to... So I think I'm just gonna cast a Loathsome Golem here. I think I'm going to take him off some lands here, just to prevent him from getting a Jace. So there's a Gush, and Gush is fine. I mean, it delays his land back, so... And if he's delaying his lands, that makes me happy, so... So still getting some value out of the tangle wire here. Okay, and we're going to punch in with our Mishra's Factory here, unless we draw another Lodestone or a Metamorph. That's the end of my tangle wire. Okay, there's the Metamorph. What I'm debating here is, I mean, obviously the Lodestone Golem is an easy choice here to double up on. It still puts him behind 2 mana from casting the Jace, which makes him dead. The Tangle Wire would also be very, very good here, though. And, I mean, I do have him dead in 2 turns. So I think I am going to go with the Tangle Wire here. I don't see a reason not to do that. It does cost me 4 life. And I'm almost sure he has no outs here. Yeah, it's expensive, but that's what we're going to actually... So this just basically takes away his ability to do anything. I'm not quite sure how he'd get around a tangle wire here. Oh, should have timed that a bit differently, inconsequential, but so there we are. We got in on the first one. So what we've done in the sideboard here is we've sided out Precursor Golem. He does have Lightning Bolts, which I suspect he might bring in because he does have quite a few dead cards in his main deck. He also has Nature's Claims, and Precursor's just a great target for all those things, Ancient Grudges. So I'm going to take him out of there. I'm also taking out a Duplicant. I don't think that he has much applicability here because we're really only dealing with Young Pyromancers here of any worry. And also going to take out 2 Null Rods. I don't think Null Rod's going to do a lot for us here. It really is only targeting 4 Lotus Petals, and I do have 4 Revokers in the deck to handle that duty. I've sided in a Witchbane Orb, more because I don't really have a lot to bring in here. What Witchbane Orb will do was protect me, most importantly, from Hurkyl's Recall, as well as Tendrils of Agony. And I brought in a Triskelion, obviously very good at hitting his Young Pyromancers, and I brought in another Wormcoil Engine, and what else did we bring in here? I think I brought in another Crucible of Worlds to attack his mana base. So let's take it in. Let's see if we can get this done. Now there is a really, really, really great hand for us. One of the best things I'm finding about playing these Pyromancer decks is that they don't have any land disruption, and when you see a Mistress Workshop, it's just so great, because it truly is an uninhibited Lotus, Black Lotus. So let's see if he goes off here to some extent on me. Young Pyromancer, and this is just fine. Yeah. So I think our main goal here is not to get hit with a Force of Will. So what my plan is I'm going to come in with a Mistress Workshop. I am going to tap for a Sol Ring here. And in the event that the Sol Ring gets countered, then I will try and do the Chalice of the Void. And if the Chalice of the Void, or the Sol Ring doesn't get countered, then I'm going to come in and I'm going to do the Trinisphere instead, because I think we have a better chance of locking him down that way. So with no further ado. Okay, so we didn't get counted there, so we're just going to do that, and we're going to take a bit of a beat down on the process, but that's just fine. Next turn we will bring in a Chalice, and we will strip mine. We can take some hits from the Young Pyromancer here. Personal. Wormcoil Engine. We love Wormcoil Engines. So let's get down our Chalice here. At 1, which is pretty good for us, and yeah, I think we're just going to strip him here and keep him down a little bit while I can, and then we'll come out with the Wormcoil Engine and the following turn, which should be good for us. So I think Steel Hellkite here is really good, but so is Wormcoil, because Wormcoil can avoid all his kill and it gains us life, so I think we're going to come in with that. I'm just not worried about a Young Pyromancer right now. That, and I'd like to fish out the hate for the with the Wormcoil. Yeah. Okay, great news. All right. So let's get in there. I could have attacked with my Mishra's Factory, of course, in that situation, but I really don't want to lose any of my lands here. And PhillipJFry is saying fun times here, and I suspect it's probably not so great for him, but maybe we're going to see a Hercules recall here. Yeah, so I suspect this is what he's doing here. We might be getting hit with a recall. Brainstorm. Okay, so he's got himself a token. And this is not something I'm worried about. We've got the Hellkite here, and let's hope this is not a Jace. It is a Jace, okay. Not much we can do about that. And that actually is troublesome for us, so we definitely got to get our guy out. It's good that he's doing that, bouncing, because now he's forced to bounce my Hellkite. We are actually going to bring in 2 Hellkites this turn. So let's attack in. We will definitely attack Jace the Mind Sculptor. And you let it through. Wow. I am speechless. I don't know why he would do that. I'm very, very confused. So, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and this will be 5. Yeah, so we can do that. Okay, so there you have it.